The CMD of Steel Exchange India Ltd joins us today to talk about what's aiding the business, what's helping the turnaround, and what's in store for the company in the coming years. Mr. Satish Kumar Bandi joins us now, and he is the one helming the company. Mr. Bandi, thank you so much for taking time out and joining us.
Thank you, Karanya, for giving this opportunity. It's a pleasure to be associating with you in this interview.
Likewise. And, we've seen a very impressive turnaround in the business. Revenue has been scaling up and the stock market has also rewarded the company. The stock 60% spike in the last 6 months. So, of course, all of it matters only if you can not only turn around, but also grow the business in a sustainable way. Tell us, where is Steel Exchange headed from here and what kind of growth do you foresee?
Karunya, actually, we have acquired some stick companies and put this all together. We went through a lot of hardships in getting to this stage. And because it was what we acquired was just a bare shell. Only because of the locational advantage, we had to, and the proximity to all the raw material resources was what made us acquire this asset. Then after acquisition, the steel markets went bad. Then COVID came. So there were a lot of multiple factors, but we weathered all those, and today we are where we are. Now the company is on the growth path. So by this June end, by this now September end, we'll be completing our upgradation and we'll be increasing the efficiency, and the production capacity will be around 500,000 tons. Reserve is presently at 0.3 million tons.
Okay.
So once the efficiencies come into play, then the per ton of steel production comes down very much.
Right.
And there'll be a lot of difference in terms of EBITDA. So currently we are doing at about 9 to 10 crores per month of EBITDA, which by after November we expect it to go to about 18 to 20 crores.
Oh, okay.
Of EBITDA. Yeah, provided the markets are steady.
Okay.
Otherwise, we can the conservative figure of about 15 crores is, just a normal thing. And the second part for us, the bottleneck is we have got high cost debt.
Right.
Our interest costs are eating a lot of the. So we are also going for some low cost funding, like equity funding, low cost equity funding.
By when is that expected to come in, if at all?
So we are going for a rights issue, and we hope to do that somewhere around August.
Okay.
July, August.
Okay.
For about 150 crores to take care of our working capital requirements. And because the company has been neglected for these so many years because of cash constraints, we are refurbishing the whole thing. We already incurred about 60 crores and we need about 20-30 crores more or a phased manner.
Okay.
But we are confident that already, because everything is in place, we are confident that by September, in the third quarter onwards, we will reap the benefits of whatever effort we are putting. And steel markets have also improved now.
It's been a very strong turnaround, because if I look at how the company was still about 5 years ago, you were generating losses, but now things are picking up. You're generating some pre-tax profits. You're also, your ROCE, return on capital employed, has improved quite well. Where are the growth returns mainly coming from? Which segments are driving this recovery?
No, actually, if you can see, the growth and all is purely from production aspects, from the sales only, because of from the production of steel. And we are a premium brand in our local hinterland, because all our production is sold in the local hinterland. And we got considerable demand. And actually, we have always have a backlog of orders to execute. Where people pay in advance, and we have to do it, fulfill those orders. But that again is because we give a discount because of our cash flow to match our cash flows, So slowly we are improving our cash flows. So as the cash flows are improving, the margins are improving, the production capacities are improving, not to the required level, but currently we are doing about 18,000 to 20,000 tons, which from June on probably we will be doing 25,000 tons. And come November, we'll be doing around September, October, November, we'll be doing around 5 lakh tons. We'll be achieving that. Okay. That means around 30 to 33,000 tons.
Okay. So just going back to what you were saying about refinancing your debt, there have been some recent reinvestment activities as well. How is that capital being utilized? And let's say tomorrow, like you were saying, that you're in talks to raise some more money, some more funds from investors. How do you plan to utilize those funds? What's the idea there?
See, what happened was actually we had a very high cost debt of around 22%, and it was around 450 crores. So over a period of 4 years, we have the recent debt switching we have done, and now we have got around 400 crores of debt, 375 to be specific. At around 20% we have got it now, which is also pretty high, steep. So now we are going for a equity investment, to looking for equity of about 125 to 150 crores by way of rights issue. So basically, all these what we are raising is to maintain our cash flow. Okay. Because today we are not able to maintain our inventories. So primarily it will be used for working capital and refurbishment of this thing, so that we can generate more EBITDAs, and we have a cash sweep mechanism with our lenders, where we want to retire the debt, and once we have a lock-in period with them, almost 6 months over 1 more year. So by that 1 more year, once things fall in place and everything is what you achieved, then we can go for a very low-cost debt to banks or something. Okay. So that will really make a lot of difference in EBITDAs. So currently we want to stabilize at 500, 500,000 tons.
Okay, that's good to know. See, earlier, of course, since you are operating in a cyclical sector, in the last few years, the financials were also affected by unfavorable industry cycle. There was reduced demand for steel and other things. But now, like you said, things are looking up. Steel industry is looking ripe for revival. How do you plan to make the most of it? Because up until now, even though the steel demand has bounced back very sharply, your performance is still lagging compared to some of your peers. So how do you plan to change that, or come on par with many of the industry players who are actually been able to benefit from the steel demand recovery?
Yeah, basically, actually, what has been our bane was high cost finance, and we don't have the required cash, finance required for supporting the productions what we do. So once now we have slowly improved it from zero, we have brought it to some level, and probably with another 150 crores of rights issue, we will be in a stage to maintain the required inventories of raw materials, purchase raw materials. Today we run the just-in-time inventory, which is very difficult for a steel industry. So we get caught in the cyclics, your raw material price increase, but because you are in advance booking, so you have to honor them, so you make a loss. And once the benefit comes, we don't get the benefit. Like if the steel price increase, but we already sold it at a lower price. So these things are there. So that was hampering us. But now it is improving. Now it is improving. And for us, the cyclics of steel was never an issue because we operate in a limited market where our product has got sufficient demand. So only because based on the price of raw material fluctuations, what decides the EBITDA margins and all that. And of course, definitely when demand is very high, then you get a premium also for it. But basically, raw material drives the raw material cost and availability drives the price.
Okay. When you said you were looking at, getting in some investors, I mean, last year also we all read that news wherein which said that JSPL was looking to buy stake in the company. And now you're also saying that you're looking at talking to some investors. So is inorganic expansion going to be the main plan or main strategy to expand from here on? And let's say you get the required capital through inorganic expansion or through other routes. What is the bigger picture? What is it that you envision for the company in the next 4-5 years?
Yeah, Karuna, what happened was basically we have an infrastructure ready where you can scale it to a 1.5 million ton steel plant in about 18 months to 24 months with around 1,500 crores of investment is required for that. So today, if you're talking of a 1 million ton steel plant, this thing you're talking of a minimum investment of around 4,500 crore rupees and a time frame of around anywhere between 3 years to 7-8 years, depending on the bottlenecks, how you mitigate the risks and acquisition, right of way. For us, luckily, we got the infrastructure ready where you can set up. Only we have to buy the equipment, put it, and get the required environmental clearances. So simultaneously can done. So our idea was when we were talking at that juncture, we wanted that somebody helps us in scaling up to that level. But things didn't pan out because we thought that we are more value. I mean, the current valuation of a company is not the actual what we envisage. It should be much more based on the asset value and the proximity to raw materials in the port and already set up infrastructure to scale it. So we thought that, okay, let us, because in 500 we can do it ourselves with this thing. So with 500, once we do 500,000, 500 means 5 lakh tons. So once we reach that 500,000 tons, then probably we are talking of a EBITDA of around 250 crores every year. So at that juncture, we will properly plan, and we are already doing the legwork and the pre-feasibility report, and the drawing board is active for that 1.5 million to scale it to 1.3 to 1.5 million tons. So we intend to go by the DRA route, adding 1,000 tons DRA kilns and then going for 2 electric arc furnace and a power plant. That scheme is ready. The project report is being.
Okay, so that's good to know.
Ultimately, we see. Yeah.
You were saying something?
Once we can achieve that at the required as per plan, then we are talking of big EBITDAs, and you are in competition with big things. And for us, the advantage will be we will be focusing more on specialty steel. That is the idea in future. Small batches. That is why we put the small arc furnaces instead of going for very high arc furnace. About 100 ton will be the best. So we can get more close quality control, and small quantities of required material can be made, like premium defense grades, and high carbon steels, then premium alloy steels. All this can be made.
Okay. Just one more question.
There is a lot of growth plan.
Just one more question. All of this sounds very exciting and looks like you have a lot in the pipeline in the coming few quarters to look forward to. But if we look at from a market standpoint, your shares have gone up over 700% in the last 5 years. So, as an investor, what should I expect in the coming years? How do you, how can I, as an investor or one as an investor, reap the rewards from here on? Because already 700% it has scaled up, and you're saying that you're still thinking that it's not reached that valuation which you would have liked it to.
See, what happens is with small investment, you can scale it to a very high capacity plant. And we are talking of anywhere between 800 to 1,000 crores per year EBITDAs with those kind of setup. So it was very easily scalable. It is not there for us. The lot of negative factors are coming like COVID, market recession, then funds availability where we planned didn't come in time, and all those things have happened. But now we slowly reached there. Actually, I can't say we are fully reached there. And people know this industry is a very transparent industry. It is a very old this thing. It is not something where you do some disruption and you give valuations and all that. So basically, our peers are there like Godavari Spot or something. They are very highly. You're talking of. We are around. I think around 13 or 14. They are around 80. So that is a gap which we can bridge. So everybody looks at that way if we can do it. So.
And how soon do you and your team expect to reach your goals?
See, what happens is now we are going for rights issue. We planned we'll do it in August and something. No, you really don't know. See, stock markets are very different. And now the Iran-Israeli war, you don't know See, actually, when we went for this acquisition long time back, we needed 150 crores to do the acquisition of Gold Star Steel and Alloys, which we acquired. So we wanted to go for a GDR, ADR issue as per the consultant, this thing. And that time, Lehman Brothers happened, the market went best, and we couldn't raise money. So we had to do it from internally. The struggles started from there. Then the acquisition took a long time. In BAFR, it's a government body. We thought it will be done in 2 years' time. It took almost 5 years. In 2000, once we started in 2007, we could get it only in 2012. The acquisition from the BAFR. So in 5 years' time, the existing promoters, they create a lot of havoc because for them also time is taking. So all these bottlenecks have come. Then we thought, okay, we have reached there. Then suddenly we based our plan on, we had some excess power capacity, which we were selling at a very high price. And suddenly the state bifurcation happened. And there's a saying, no, Karnur Chaugi Vandakar. So something like that. So,
okay.
But now I
now
think
things seem to be on track.
We have weathered all those storms. So we are very confident. So absolutely, we don't see anything. And if any other storm comes also, we'll weather. There might be a small delay, but it won't stop us from achieving what we want.
Well, that optimism sounds very encouraging, and we hope
we are
able to do all this and more. Thank you so much, Mr. Bandi, once again for speaking to us and sharing your game plan to expand and grow the business of Steel Exchange India from current levels.
Thank you, Karunya, for giving an opportunity to state our case, and thank you very much.